Have you ever wondered why some businesses sell so much and others don't? Have you wondered why some people are making so much money on Amazon KDP, on Etsy, on different platforms and others are not? Have you ever wondered why people will make books and post online and there is no sales? Do you think it's just by chance that some books are selling and others are not selling? No, my overcomers. In today's video, I want to share with you everything you need to know in order to be able to start a profitable low content book business on Amazon. I've seen so many questions that you guys are asking, wondering like from what step to another, what do you do next? Do you have to advertise your books? What kind of book do you have to create? In this video, I'm going to be answering all those questions so that you are comfortable enough and you will have all the steps that you need to know to be able to start your profitable business on Amazon KDP. Hello, my overcomers. You are all welcome again to these brand new videos. Thank you so much for liking the videos. Thank you so much for commenting. Thank you for everything. You are the reason why I am here. And if this is your first time here, I want to encourage you to subscribe and become a part of the family. For those who don't understand what a low content book is, it's a book that has very small content inside. It could just be lines, it could just be pictures, something like coloring book, maybe a journal, just something that you don't have to write, something that you can easily create within a very short period of time, something that you don't need any expertise to be able to do it. You can just use free tools or you can use paid tools, something like Canva to be able to create those kind of books, or something like BookBob that already have like lines and then you just design those things and put together. It doesn't need any more skills. You just need to understand exactly step by step what you are supposed to do to be able to accomplish the book that you want to design. The interesting thing is that when you create this book once, you can earn passive income from that book for a very long period of time, especially if you follow the things that I'm going to be telling you in this video. One thing that we need to know is that Amazon already have customers waiting, just searching and looking for the books that you are going to be producing. That's why you need to follow and watch this video to the end so that you'll be able to understand how to create that book that customers are actually looking for, how to list it in a way that when they search, they are actually going to find it, and to brand that book in a way that when they find it, they'll actually click on it and buy. That is the most important thing, to make sure that the customer click on that book and click that buy button and buy. The first thing that I will encourage you to do is to do some research. So what kind of books do you want to start producing? Is it something that is trendy? For example, Mother's Day is coming up soon. Let's assume that you create a coloring book. Maybe in that coloring book, you have a picture of a mother and a child, and maybe different activities. Maybe a mother putting a child on the bed to sleep, maybe a mother carrying a baby, maybe a mother feeding a baby, maybe a mother, like just different things in that coloring book, right? Just something that is related to a mother and a child. That's just an idea that you can be creative. Now, when you do your research, you look at trendy topics. Are those the kind of things that you want to be selling? So when you do your research, I want you to have in your mind, what kind of brand do I want to create? What kind of thing? What do I want to give out? What do I want to share with these people? So start by doing your research. There are just so many things out there. Research the kind of books you want to create. Research the kind of sizes. What are the kind of things that they do in those books? Make sure you do your research. And when you do your research, it doesn't mean that you'll be creating just that particular book. For example, let's say that you want to be creating coloring books. Now, you can create so many different kinds of coloring books. I just gave an example of a mother and a daughter. When Father's Day is coming, you can make a father and a child. You can make a teacher and a child. Research and take that trend and then put it in the kind of books that you create. So what does that mean? It means that every time that there's a trend, every time that there's a particular thing that sales are increasing, you have a book for that. And there are some things that there are other niches that is like evergreen. Another example I can give you is that children are going to be going on holidays soon, right? And parents will want to look for activity books. Parents will want to look for things that their children can be doing while at home. And so something like activity book is an evergreen business that people are always looking for demand, especially now that it's going to be summer break. So think about all these things, do your research, look on Amazon and see the books that are really selling. So let me not overemphasize on that point. I hope you get it clearly. So one way you can do your research, when you find a book that you like, go to Amazon, right? Go to the review section of that book and see what customers are saying about that book. What do they like? and also look at the negative reviews. What is it that they don't like? So now when you want to create your own book, make sure that all those things that customers don't like, you fix it in your own book. When you fix those things in your own book, when you are writing your description for your book, you make sure that you put those things, those positive things that are negative things on other people's books. I hope you get what I'm trying to say. So now when you put those positive things, customers, when they read your description, they will see all the things that they are desiring to see in a book. So the next thing I want to tell you about is that when you have already decided, when you've decided on your research, when you've done your research, you've decided on the niche that you want to start publishing in, the next thing that I want you to really think about is to think about a pen name. A pen name is just a fictitious name for your brand. So when you have that pen name, make sure that you create a brand. So in that brand, all your books should have almost the same design in such a way that when somebody sees your book, they will know exactly that this book is from this brand. So you make sure that you have a brand name, you have your pen name. For example, if you look at, like, let's say math activity books, go and look at them. You will see that when you look at those books, you will see that it looks almost the same. Just go to Amazon and look at some books that are big brands. You will see that their covers, they look almost the same. Their products, they look almost the same. So when you see it, you know immediately that this book is of this brand. When you brand yourself, you look professional. So I'm giving you ideas. If you've already started, right, and then you have different kind of covers, you don't have any brand name, you can actually go back and start your brand and change your covers and make everything to look uniform. You'll be amazed how your sales are going to change just because of that small change that you've made. So as you prepare your brand name, you do all these things, make sure you have a target customer. Make sure that you are not just creating books for everybody. For example, maybe you want to create activity books for children less than 5 years old. Maybe you want to create Bible quiz for children. You know, anything that you want to do, make sure you have your target in mind. Why is that important? When you have your target in mind, when it's time for you to start advertising your book, you know exactly what to say when you're advertising your book that is going to captivate your customers. When they see that ad, it's exactly what they need. Let's assume that you want to do activity books. You can maybe do travel activity books. You can do outdoor activity books. You know, maybe that's your brand, right? Maybe that's what, so there are just so many ideas. But now, you can use that. You can make like maze activity books. You can make puzzle activity books. You can make coloring books. You can make different kind of games. And all these things, you can even make math books. You can make all these things and still put them under your brand, targeting that specific niche, that specific individual. Maybe you want to create your brand to start doing books that you can encourage children spiritually, right? Now, how do you do it? You can decide on your age. This is the age group I want to target. And what do they actually need? For example, you can take a Bible verse like, honor your father and mother, right? And you can take that book and make it in different ways. You can take that book and make like a picture book, maybe showing how a child is honoring the father or the mother. You can make like a maze book. What are the different ways that a child can honor the parents? You can take those ideas and create things like puzzle books, word search, just so many different ideas that we can use. When you are done with all your research and you are certain of the kind of thing that you want to do, you can now start creating your books. So, of course, you've already looked at the dimensions, you know, look at the different sizes. How do you know this information? Go to other books, the bestseller books, the books that you found. Go to their descriptions and you are going to see the sizes, the kind of books that they are selling. You will see the size and you will know how to create yours. I've done some videos that are already explaining all these things, so I'm going to link them up so that you can go back. If you don't yet understand this process, you can go back and then you'll be able to understand what to do. So when you've decided, you can now go to different softwares. For example, Canva. You can use Canva. Canva is very easy to use. I have so many videos on this channel showing you how to use Canva to create different kind of books. Another thing that I use BookBub, and there are just so many different things. So what do you want to use? I will encourage you to start with Canva because you can have the free version. Yes, there have been a misunderstanding. People are confused whether to use Canva template, whether to use things on Canva. Yes, you can use all those things on Canva, but just make sure that you don't take one design and just use like that and publish. Make sure that you are taking other things like from elements in Canva and putting them together to be able to create your own unique design. No two books should be the same on Amazon because you created yours. I hope you get that. The amazing thing is that when you create your book, you can do print on demand. What does that mean? You just have to go to a platform like Amazon KDP. You can use other places to upload your book, but Amazon is one of the ones that is so easy to start with. So when you've started with Amazon, then you can expand to other places. Yeah, you upload your book on Amazon, and then when a customer buys that book, then that's when Amazon will print that book and ship it to that customer. So all you have to do is to create that book and upload it to Amazon, and Amazon will start distributing that book for you. So when you've uploaded your book on Amazon, the next very important thing is make sure that your description is good, make sure that you have good keywords, and I actually use Publisher Rocket to be able to search for good keywords, good niches. Those are paid tools. I'm just going to link everything I'm talking about in this video in the description box below. If this is something you want to do as a career, I will encourage you to get the paid tools. But if it's something that you are still trying to learn, something that you are still trying to figure out, then you can use the free tools. So when uploading my book on Amazon KDP, I use Publisher Rocket for my competitive analysis. I use it for my keywords. Those are things that can help you to easily get into that first place. And when you get #1 position, you can really advertise your book, because when people see it and it's on #1, then many people will buy it. You can do your marketing and advertise your books maybe on YouTube, on Instagram, and then you can create pages. So when you've had your brand name, you can use that brand name to create like something on TikTok, maybe on Instagram, on Pinterest, with that brand name. And now you can use that brand name now to advertise your book in different places. So you can just do different kind of advertisement. I like to do paid advertisement on Amazon. Amazon has made it so easy. I start by advertising my book in the US. After advertising in the US, then I start advertising in other English speaking countries. So when you've created a number of books and then you see that there is a particular one that is selling very well, you can now start focusing on that particular book to make things that are very similar. Maybe that book was for 4 to 5 year old. Now you can make a similar book for 5 to 6 year old. Look at the different age groups and make sure that you scale on that book. That book that is succeeding, that is giving you sales, make sure you focus on it to grow that business.
When time has passed, I owe you all, 'cause I could not bring myself to try.